Well, whoever's decision it was for Chelsea to have back-to-back games from Indonesia to Malaysia, well, I hope you're happy. Chelsea having to rest everybody for this game against one of Malaysia's best sides. It's Dario Sugo who's Chelsea's captain here today. Much changed lineup from the game against AC Milan yesterday, where Chelsea did end up winning 3-0. Xabi Alonso's first quote-unquote statement victory in pre-season. We don't really care about the results. It's all about the performance, and the performance, there was a lot to like about. Well, guys, you and I are going to find out about Johor at the same time because I've had no time to research, but they are playing in a 3-4-2-1. Shian in goal, Medina, Israelov, Clowder, Silva, Nacho, Petrovic, and Oscar as the midfield four. Arif the skipper, Shahab as the centre forward, and Guilherme on that left-hand side. We'll go through the Chelsea lineup very swiftly. The interesting thing is Chelsea did play in a 3-4-2-1 yesterday against AC Milan. And the Chelsea bench is Reggie Watson, Dastan Satpayev, Subuloy, Calvin Kader, Mikhailo Mudrik, Reggie Walsh, and Ryan Kavuma McQueen. The rest getting a much needed day after a pretty much full workout yesterday against AC Milan. Well, we're all set here. Malaysia won't get the full Chelsea lineup, but they do get to watch Chelsea playing live, so that certainly is a plus for them. Chelsea having back-to-back pre-seasons games, one in Indonesia and Jakarta against AC Milan. That was yesterday at this very same time. And now we're in Malaysia to play one of Malaysia's best team, Johor Darul Ta'zim. We're going to call them JDT for the betterment of the stream. I don't want to be butchering their name every time I take it. And I hope that Chelsea get a good workout here, and hopefully, of course, no injuries before the season kicks off in under 2 weeks' time. Chelsea have a Monday night game against Fulham, and that will be the two ex-Real Madrid managers, Alvaro Arbeloa and, of course, Xabi Alonso. Dario Sugo with the captain Zamba and Nicole Jazuli in midfield alongside him. No, Mike Penders is certainly an interesting call by Xabi Alonso. He goes with Sharman Lowe instead, who started the pre-season in Sydney. Well, we're 5 seconds away from the start of kickoff. And here we go. JDT in red, Chelsea in blue. In the back three that we talked about, we got Mamadou Sarr as right centre-back, Tosin as the centre-back, and Aaron Alson-Milo, who's been deputizing Jarell Hato at left-back, playing as left centre-back today. Wing-backs, by the looks of it, definitely one's Giovanni Kenda, who starts here, who came off the bench against AC Milan, looked really bright at right wing back. And then, of course, Gittins will be playing on the other side, so there's plenty of rotational opportunities for Xabi Alonso's men. Got Estevao, Liam Delap, and Nico Jackson. Big game for Jackson, who really impressed since coming on, man. What's up, Manny? Right on time indeed, sir. Should be Chelsea's final pre-season game in Asia before we entertain Real Sociedad, Xabi Alonso's former club as player, for the final pre-season game. That should be a pretty much a sight to what things to come, because that is where we will actually judge whether or not Chelsea are ready for the season. We still have players to add to this one, but yesterday, I think when we saw Chelsea's full complement of players available, does look like a very strong squad, man. Midfield, yes, I will still say a few questions need to be answered, but going forward, we've got options galore, man. Here's one of them in Estevao Willian. Finds Gittins on the left-hand side. Decent start this from Chelsea. Jazuli tries to just feed that towards Nico Jackson. Jackson is playing on the left, Estevao on the right, and Delap leading the line. Jazuli with another recovery in midfield. Estevao, he nearly slips it through to Delap on that occasion. JDT cannot get out here. It's Jackson with the strike. Oh, he caught a hold of that. He absolutely balled out yesterday against AC Milan since coming on. The way that he gets those touches and flicks around the corner. Brilliant footballer. And as soon as he came on the pitch, it's the first time we saw Cole Palmer getting activated in the final third. Those two just get each other, man. Immediately on the pitch, and Cole had a 1v1 opportunity. Again, I can understand if Jackson doesn't want to play second fiddle, but if he makes that move to Aston Villa, which is looking the more likely, it would be a huge misstep, man. Oh, risky pass by Jazuli. Xabi Alonso trusting the 16-year-old in midfield. I think it's the two academy players, Jazuli and Subuloye, the centre half, that have been retained. Of course, there is Reggie Walsh and Kavuma McQueen. Arribas trying to defend that situation. For JGT, this is a great opportunity against a strong enough Chelsea side. Plenty of internationals there. Yeah, it looks like the same formation as yesterday, Manny. Absolutely same. It's our, except the wing backs are pure wingers for us. Kenda and Gittins, with Estevao and Nico Jackson operating as inside forwards. We saw that combination between Estevao and Kenda yesterday for a brief period, and it looks serious. That's the thing with Giovanni Kenda. He brings you that versatility. Play right wing back, even on the left-hand side if wing back needed. Does give Xabi Alonso that flexibility. Ooh, Jazuli goes crunching into the challenge. It's fair according to the ref. Chelsea carry on. Here's Jackson. Oh, nice scoopy pass attempt, but it's cut out quite comfortably. ADT are playing at the back five here. Looked 3-4-3 on paper, but as soon as the game went in, yep, 3-4-2-1, same as yesterday, Manny. Hope that answered it. Anselmino, Sar, and Tosin as our 3. Jazuli and Asugo as our pivot. Giovanni Kenda was much touted, man. It was a steal because it looked like Manchester United could be in for him, especially with Ruben Amorim was heading from Sporting to Manchester United. Jackson, clever pass. Delap, first time effort. Good save, goalkeeper. Delap has another opportunity, and Jackson once again creating football. Lovely through pass into the path. And that's the first time we've seen Liam Delap have any sort of action in the box. Jackson just proving my point, man. We just play football with him on the pitch. Kenda, Estevao, held back. Not a foul according to the ref. Chelsea recover the ball very swiftly. Nicely done by the stand-in skipper today, Dario Sugo. I mean, that's pretty crazy for Dario Sugo to have the captain's armband, considering he just joined last season and he had a thigh surgery and he missed out most of it. But he's the closest in terms of profile to Moises Caicedo. Chelsea spent, 18 million Las Palmas? I think he's a signing that, if nurtured, if he makes sure that he gets regular minutes, could be a very valuable tool in midfield now that Chelsea did sanction that £48 million move of Andre Santos to Manchester United. Look, I don't generally profess selling players to quote-unquote rivals. Some of the players you kind of don't mind, like Mason Mount at the time, Kai Havertz, you're like, yeah, it's okay, man, it's fine. Andre Santos is one I'm like, I mean, yes, he's not like a Caicedo or an Enzo in midfield, but he's a good dude for us, man. I want to wish him well, but hope that he doesn't he's a good player, man. I have no doubts about him. He's strong, tenacious. He's got that vertical passing about him. Just hope Manchester United maybe misuse him, but here's Gittins on the left-hand side. Different role for him here today. Jamie Gittins. Chelsea's left-hand side, pretty stacked with full strength. We're pretty much going to be starting Morgan Rogers there. Either be that left-hand side number 10 or the left winger. Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez. A lot of options still to be added. And in defense, of course, Levi Colville has missed out the back end of the tour. Yet to see Maxence Lacroix, who's chilling at Cobham. I hope he's getting fit. Oh, one ball over the top and Chelsea in trouble. Excellent pace. Oh, good defending. Wow, that was quick work by Subuloy. The way that he just sprints, Chelsea were in real trouble. Was that a foul there? I don't think it was. Pretty clean in the end. Decent pass onto the right-hand side. Chelsea getting cut open here. Tosin, oh, he's a little too casual. Anselmino just clears that away. Sarr playing on the right-hand side as a left footer. It's going to be slightly tricky for him. I expect him to get back into positioning like he did. Oh, good brave header there by Tosin. Liam Delap takes a bit of a tumble. Should be okay though. A bit of a rough and tumble challenge there. First time ball in. JDT, to their credit, are competing well here. Giving Chelsea a decent old game. Not going to be a steamroll. Chelsea did end up scoring against AC Milan from a corner kick. Two of our goals came from corners. The second one was a bit of a special goal. Romeo Lavia's floated in ball for Moises Caicedo outside of the boot volley. Here's Jackson. Finds Delap. Oh, that's a reckless foul. Should be a yellow card, ref. I mean, he might let that go. And it's to Liam Delap, who's guilty of making a few of the challenges himself. Slightly cynical with a scissor action attached to it. Free kick for Chelsea. Well, Sociedad is where Chelsea will be fielding our... That's when I probably will see Lacroix, Levi Colville, Morgan Rogers for the first time. They've got to start at least 45 to an hour at least. They've got to get a bit of game time, a bit of sharpness going. Estivao with this free kick. He's pretty much dead center. He's going to try and float this towards the far stick. He does exactly that. It's a flat delivery. Jackson will try and retrieve. He'll let that go for a corner instead. One for Chelsea here in Malaysia. Packed stadium. Fantastic to see. Great opportunity, man. Chelsea come to your city. You got to go. Esteval Willian will take the corner. Well, Chelsea's corners yesterday were taken by Moises Caicedo and Romeo Lavia. Early on in pre-season, our corners were dreadful. Yesterday, Moy was just pinging them in brilliantly. Lavia does the same for the Chelsea goal. Hopefully Estevaus improves. He doesn't beat the first man. Continues his pattern. Tries to put that back into the danger area. Kenda, what a pass that is to Esteval Willian. Esteval! Well wide. That was a smashing pass by Giovanni Kenda, man. First time he just wraps it to Esteval Willian. He can have a 1v1 opportunity. No one really close to him, so you can understand why he's opening up and try to fade that towards the far corner. Decent start this from Chelsea. Again on the bench, we might just see Dastan Satpayev for the last time. Expect his loan to be confirmed hopefully in the next couple of weeks. JDT on the right-hand side, moving forward. Good work. That should be a foul. Good pace shown there. Yeah, Chelsea are compromised in terms of pace in the back line with Tosin there, but the likes of Jamie Gittins helping out defensively is exactly what you want to see. 11 minutes in, definitely a competitive game. No such pushovers. Malaysia's finest, according to the commentator before that. This is one decision that I can't understand why Penders wasn't starting here. If Penders and Rob Sanchez are going to be our top two options, which it looks like, Penders has to start this game, no? Shaman Low instead. Chelsea trying to go long. Saw Rob Sanchez do that on a couple of occasions yesterday. I was not a fan of that. Did end up creating one chance, but that was pretty much Joao Pedro making things happen by himself. Gittins is tracking back well here. Fortunately, he likes to be that winger who likes to go forward, but with Xabi Alonso as the manager, if it's 4-2-3-1, he might get an opportunity at left wing, but he's going to have to be adaptable and learn a bit of wing back if needed. Can't just say, no, I'm a winger, I'm just going to let this continue. Esugo, what a brilliant pass. Outstanding stuff. Estevao now. Chelsea at the JDT defense. Estevao might go himself. Gives it to Jackson. Here's Nico Jackson. Saved by the goalkeeper. Estevao Willian from close range. Just wide. It looks like the last touch has come off the Brazilian. Chelsea's first meaningful attack. Brilliant play. No surprise. Jackson is involved again. Estevao does the carrying. It all comes from Dario Sugo's outstanding pass. Jackson does the right thing. Shifts and shoots. Estevao could have taken it first time on his weaker right. Decides to shift it and shoot on his left. Once again, Chelsea making things happen in the box. Good play. Again, huge credit to Dario Sugo for that one. We've seen the Norwegian Viking row. We're looking at the Malaysian bow by the looks of it. Always like to see what crowds have obviously pre-planned in that department. The Malaysian bow. Hopefully it catches on. Well, Gittins holding the width on that left-hand side will give him opportunity to actually get chalk on his boots and really stretch the pitch because he's a traditional winger. Yes, defensively, we might be asking him a lot out of him, but yesterday when we saw Pedro Neto play in that position, Neto showcased, he might have a few deficiencies with the ball at feet. Defensively, he offers a lot because he's an honest, hard-working dude in that department. Oh, JDT are through here on the left-hand side. Oh, it's put across, surely to make it 1-0. And the home side do have the lead. It's the skipper who opens the scoring. Chelsea carved open and the very first meaningful attack. And Chelsea trail in Malaysia. I think it's the skipper Arif who's added the finishing touches. It was a swift counter-attack. And they punish us. A clean sheet against AC Milan. No clean sheet against JDT. That's a proper goal, man. Can't even hate. Chelsea's high line exposed. Uncle Tosin taking... you can't even fault him, man, to try and run in behind. He knows he struggles. Chelsea are going to play the high line. It's not going to work with him there. But it does come from the wide areas. It was from Kenda's side. Sarr missing, Anselmino beaten. Back three not covering themselves in glory. And JDT will feel that, you know what, for a couple of half attempts that they've had so far, not bad at all. And it's the skipper scoring. So it's absolutely brilliant for them. Fair play. Hey, what's up, Gautam? I see you're here to laugh. Join in. We're all having a laugh anyways. It's not serious stuff. When Fulham are 1-0 up and Gonzalo Garcia in the 15th minute at Craven Cottage give Fulham the lead, then the laughs would be warranted. The Delap redemption arc, yeah, that's not happening, so... We treat him like a Make-A-Wish kid. Like, we don't say too many bad... We try not to say too many bad things about him. I mean, we already know there's nothing there. Like, there's no point hammering that same nail. He is what he is. I hope Joe Shields is happy. That's all I can say. Hope he sleeps well at night. Oh, that's a terrible pass by Sharma Low. Oh, Chelsea in the mood of some capitulation, but Anselmino bails us out. There's Nicole Jazuli. Chelsea need to start playing here. Started off well, first 10 minutes. There's Jackson. Not the focal point, so playing as the creative force on that left-hand side, trying to release Liam Delap forward. And Jackson applying the press. Nicely done. Gittins and Kenda as wing-backs as Dario Sugo recovers in midfield. Stand-in skipper today, Anselmino. Oh, risky pass, but nicely done in the end. Pretty strong team, you say, but this is pretty much our team that's not going to touch the pitch come Premier League game week 1. I mean, Estevao might be one of them. Oh, that's a terrible pass by Sugo. But yeah, this is our B team. This is the team that did not play against AC Milan yesterday. We saw a bit of Estevao and Kenda. Other than that, nobody really touched grass in Jakarta. Yeah, it's a strong 11 anyways, yeah. Backline, got Anselmino, Sar and Tosin. Midfield of Isugo and Jazuli should very much be more than enough to take on the Malaysian outfit. Yeah, Jazuli's good, man. Xabi Alonso clearly trusts him. He's got the presence about him. I liked when he played alongside Moises Caicedo in that game against Spurs. In Chelsea's midfield option, we've got Dario Sogo, Romeo Lavia as cover. As it stands, Enzo Fernandez, probably a late entrant, maybe end of August, early September, maybe after the international break even. I mean, international break, he's going to probably play for Argentina again. So we probably see him wear the Argentinian kit before he wears the Chelsea one. No preseason for him as he has back-to-back summers where he's gone the distance with club and country. Club World Cup winners with Chelsea against Paris Saint-Germain and the World Cup finalists. Ferran Torres, speaking of World Cup finalists, having scored the goal in the World Cup final, securing a move to Paris Saint-Germain. PSG are preparing the sale of Bradley Barcola, maybe even Ibrahim Mbaye. Mbaye is a real talent as a right winger. There's murmurs that Liverpool might even go for the double swoop. Sugo gets caught on the ball. JDT venturing forward. Oh, he's trying to catch out Shaman Low. Pretty calm in the end. He was absolutely right though, Gautam, about Ravia. It is a mental block. It's been 3 seasons since Romeo Lavia has joined Chelsea. That's the first time he's completed 90 minutes. It is a mental block. We were petrified of playing him 90 minutes because it's almost like if you get 45 minutes off him, it's a huge thing. So playing 90 minutes is definitely a mental block thing, and I actually like that comment. I rated it, man. I mean, it's almost like we can't bubble wrap him anymore, you know? You got to go. If you play, I mean, you might as well play 90 minutes. Can we trust you? Can't walk around eggshells anymore. 3 seasons is a lot. I mean, yes, you've got a 7-8 year death row contract, but 3 of that wiped away. Still very young. He's got the tools, but we need to test him as whether or not he's fit, man. I mean, Chelsea's midfield options come summertime. We do factor in that Lavia is fit, and that's when all the moves are made in midfield. So, whether or not he's available, might as well play him. And if he breaks down, he breaks down. It is what it is. Then Chelsea can probably look to move on from him next summer and get somebody else as the new controller or backup controller, really. Here's Aaron Anselmino, 20 minutes on the clock here in Malaysia. Chelsea off to a sluggish start. Started off pretty well, actually. Jackson making things happening. I think we saw Estevao on that right-hand side. Here's a Sugo. Jamie Gittins holding the width on the left-hand side. Drifts in field. Decent ball into the box. Travels a long way. I think it might have taken a touch. It has. Corner for Chelsea. Estevao's first corner was piss poor. He needs to improve in that department. Need to convert it into pay-as-you-play option in London. He'll be motivated real quick. I mean, his wages is like barely anything, man. There's no reason for Chelsea to really move him on in a financial state. He was earning very little at Southampton. I mean, very little for a professional footballer playing in the Premier League. Oh, there's a scrap. There's a fight. Fight. Uncle Tosin, he's getting involved. Throw some hands. Might as well. Oh, it's getting out of hand. Might. I'm sure Liam Delap will be there. His elbows out, ready to throw some MMA moves. He's not going to score goals, so might as well see some Brazilian jiu-jitsu or whatever he's got in his locker. Again, it's not that deep, boys. It's not that serious, but it's a bit of spice to it. Well, Tosin knows that he's very much guilty in that action. The JDT players like trying to plead innocence. Well, it's a bit of pushing and shoving. Just escalated for no real reason. Corner for Chelsea. RF scoring for JDT. The quick counter attack. Chelsea looking to respond. Estevao's corner is poor again. Okay, Estevao needs to be off corners. Saw this against Juventus. We're seeing this again against JDT. Think he needs to be off corners. We need proper specialists in that department. Last season we struggled with Enzo and Reece James and that as our corner takers too. I mean, it's cursed really. At Frank Lampard for the best part of a decade plus. Got spoiled, and then we see these guys can't beat the first man. The hydration break has certainly caught on, but in pre-season we don't really mind. Chelsea 1-0 down. Got options on the bench. Would like to see Dastan Satpayev come on at some point. Probably it's the last time that we see the 17-year-old Kazakh boy who started off the pre-season in fantastic fashion. Scored an outrageous goal. I mean, that's just no justice, man, in world football. I mean, Satpayev should be ahead of Liam Delap in the pecking order, right? Because he doesn't cost 30 million and whatever his wages are. It's Satpayev going on loan and Delap probably scamming another season with us. So it's just no justice. His finish for the first goal, yeah, it's against Western Sydney Wanderers. I'll give you that. But it is a proper goal, man. Like, it really is like so hard to explain. When you see it with strikers. He's got something in him. With Delap, we know exactly what we're getting. Are we going to score a goal? Yes, but not him. Like, as a team, we might end up scoring a goal, but he's not scoring a goal unless it's like on a plate or something like. Not even that, man. There's no evidence since he's worn the Chelsea colours. Liam Delap has had one shot so far, set up by Nico Jackson. Surprised Madrid aren't looking at Wharton. They are ready to pay mad money, so fits the bill, says Gautam. Not a bad shout, actually. Nobody really having a go at Wharton is very surprising. I thought he would be like one team that I think he'd really suit, although it would suck for him to go there, but is Liverpool. For him in midfield on that left-hand side, I think that combination between him and Florian Wirtz would really start to work because Wirtz can start operating on the half turn. Nobody really having a go at Adam Wharton, or his price is far too much that Steve Parish has decided to say, I'm willing to sell one Palace player this summer, like one of my marquee players, and that's it. Oh, what an outrageous turn this is. It should be a foul by Nicole Giuzzuli. Yes, it is. Chelsea looked in real trouble there. The youngster identifying the situation as Arif. I think it was Arif, yep. That was an outrageous turn from the skipper. He's saucing out. And Giuzzuli just comes across to make the challenge on him. It was a Chelsea player on the floor, writhing around in a bit of pain. I think it's Anselmino. Has he done some damage? So close to the end of pre-season, you know. Like no injuries, no injuries, no injuries. Even if they have no future at the club, right? Just don't have any injuries. It's the bare minimum. Already have seen Levi Colville. He's going to be out for, I'm not sure because Chelsea are keeping their cards close to their chest there. No? There's no indication of how long he's out for. They've been keeping it on the DL, and Anselmino looks in pain here. I don't think Chelsea are going to risk him. Let's have a look. Oh, he does, and there's no contact. He certainly got caught on the turf. That could be the knee. Oh, I don't even want to speculate, man. He looks in trouble. He's not in pain, thankfully, but he needs to come off here. There's no point risking it. Just got done with a bit of skill. And Watson's coming on in his place. Interesting move. Since I'm an Indian football connoisseur, how does JDT compare to our club sides? JDT are no mugs, man. They're pretty good. Arif is a proper bowler, this skipper. He scored a legit goal against us. Yes, the high line of Tosin and all that, but I'm giving them full credit for carving us open there. And defensive organization, good. They've completely shut Liam Delap down. Nico Jackson has got the free role today, so he's just roaming about, trying to provide a bit of service. Anson Mino's coming off, and rightfully so. Chelsea nearly having a preseason without injuries, but he is walking out. That is the good news, but he did do some damage. Chelsea trying to mitigate and say no more. That's the first half that is caused. Whoever's idea it was for Chelsea to have back-to-back preseason games in two different countries. I mean, I hope you're happy. At least space it out one day. Back-to-back days, you're doing too much. There's greed, and then there's this. Again, Anselmino just played about 15 minutes, I want to say, against AC Milan. Starts here today, and he doesn't break down because of a muscle injury. He just breaks down because his foot gets caught awkwardly on the turf. He's just adding to the risk, you know. Reggie Watson, certified baller. He's got my approval. Again, 16 years of age. His pops has got genuine pedigree about him as well. Scorer in the FA Cup final against Manchester City from a corner. Sir Reggie Watson arise. Good player, man. Physicality. Now our corners. We don't have to worry about who's going to take our corners anymore. This guy's got a cannon of a right foot. We saw that against Western Sydney. And no more Estival corners, please. He's going to have to play right side. It's going to be, I think right side is centre half for him. Giovanni Kenda and Jamie Gittins have been a bit quiet period for them. Subuloe, he's going to play left-sided centre half. We're going to see his versatility. He plays on the right-hand side. Again, they're trying to exploit Tosin's lack of pace, and he gets caught out here. We're in real trouble. JD2 could get the second. Thankfully, Sugo intercepts. Whew, stressful. Yes, Kenda. Oh, there's another Chelsea player down. This time it's Jackson. Please don't tell me it's again turf-related. Nope. Contact injury, thankfully. Okay, if you get one more injury, we have to respectfully, we will bow out Malaysian style. Just walk out of the pitch and say, thank you very much. Pay for the damages and leave. Again, definitely you don't want to see Kenda Estival. Kenda and Estival for sure in the second half should not be coming out. That should be enough. They took part of the game against AC Milan. Started here today. 45 minutes has to be max. Sugo has not convinced me too much in midfield today, unfortunately. Again, Sugo is not ready to run the midfield by himself, but if he plays alongside someone like Moy, despite them being similar players, might see him improve as a player. But as the leader of the midfield, no, not yet. It's going to take some time. Here's the Portuguese. Finds Tosin. Terrible pass by Ank. Sugo does well in terms of the recovery, though. Here's Subuloe. It's a foul, man. Shamanlo finds Reggie Watson. Watson having to play right-sided centre half after Anselmino's injury. Decent punt forward. Nico Jackson trying to run the centre half ragged. Okay, we need to at least test their keeper once, man. About 15 minutes remaining. At least one attempt on target. We've seen one from Jackson a while ago. Liam Delap had one which was low down. Okay, even if you don't score, at least create a few chances. Encouraged by the Back 3, back 5. Oh, Chelsea getting caught here. Gittins gets back into position, but in real trouble, and he should have buried it. Oh, it's another run down the wings. Chelsea getting carved open on that situation. Subaloy nowhere to be found. Gittins trying his best to get back. He does, but he gets chopped with ease. Chelsea getting opened up in the wide areas. He does everything right, and he thought he's going to absolutely nail that to the back of the net. I don't think Shaman Low was going to save that. Chelsea get away with murder. Should have been 2-0 to JDT, and they would have absolutely deserved it. Well, 5 attempts each, and after the 10th minute, I can safely say that JDT have been the better side. Chelsea give the ball away needlessly. Chelsea in trouble. Sugo gets clattered. Tosin on the ball just makes you so nervous. I'm sure the entire team feels the same way as well, man. I mean, your fellow professionals, you know. When he has the ball, you just got to be active. That's just possibly going to be a hospital pass. You just got to be ready. You can't prepare for stuff like that, though. Just whatever, you just have to react in time. Well, Chelsea have lost Anselmino to injury. Another player on the deck here. Chelsea have been battered and bruised here in Malaysia. Dario Sugo making sure that there's no concussion, no neck issue. It should be okay to continue. The Malaysian fans will be absolutely delighted, but the Malaysian Chelsea fans are like, what the hell is this? At least have a couple more shots on target before the end of the first half. Bare minimum from Chelsea's point of view. Chelsea's stand-in skipper, Dario Sugo. Make sure that they test out his fundamentals here. Everything's okay. Good to go, Dario. Fair play to the Malaysian fans, creating a real atmosphere here. They got the drums out, the cheering's out. Good stuff. In the second half, I'd just like Xabi Alonso to make one change. Just bring on Satpayev for Delap. Just humor me. Humor me for 45 minutes and tell me we don't play better football. I'm not going to say magically everything gets better because Chelsea will improve in the second half because of the physicality element, but I'm certain. Play him left wing if needed. Play him on the left-hand side and get Nico Jackson to lead the line for 15 minutes because I don't want to see Jackson play past the 60th minute either. So for 15 minutes, humor me, Xabi Alonso. Surely it can't get worse. Watson, find a Sugo. Yes, now he gets converged. Sugo is... Oh, what a touch by Jackson. Esteval nearly puts in the most perfect through passes for Delap. Yes, Kenda. Oh, rough challenge. Jeez, it's a friendly, man. Who's lunging in. But they're not backing down here. Reggie Watson puts himself about. He's like, might as well, if they're going to foul, might as well hit back. I'm going to get me some. Is Reggie Watson's reaction there. 9 minutes remaining. Pretty much forgetful first half. Decent push forward by Subaloy. Here's Delap. Can't bring that under control. We didn't sit back against PSG even after all the big boys came on. Savinov saved them from holding 3 or 4, says Gautam. What's the scoreline in the end? I know they opened the scoring. Mbai scored, what, second or third minute? I think you guys equalized, but I don't know what happened after that. I heard Mason Mount was injured. Again, I don't like to make jokes about injury and stuff like that. We do it for our own clubs as well, but with Mason Mount, just a little extra needle. We'll see how it continues. Pre-season, just a fair idea. Once you get the boys playing at full clip, full strength, wait and see how it goes out. You guys got a pretty decent first 5 games, right? I think you got Hull City first game of the season. Remember Manchester United? I mean, I haven't looked at the fixtures. I don't even remember Chelsea on the back of my head. I mean, that's for next week. But I think we got Arsenal game week 3, something like that, or game week 5. Play them pretty early. But I think Manchester United have a pretty comfortable run. First 5 games. 5 wins out of 5. Could be top of the table. Here's Watson. Goes for the big switch. The lab tries to get there. Here's Jazuli. Chelsea have not played football for the best part of 30 minutes now. Okay, start to entertain. Just pop it around. In second half, I expect Chelsea to be better purely because of the physical element. Physicality of Premier League players, or quote-unquote Premier League players, or players that play in Europe. Superior. Here's Jazuli. His pass intercepted. Not seen this level of technicality in your midfield since Carrickson scored. That's because your midfield legacy is dog shit, man. You take out Carrick and Scholes, and of course Roy Keane. Then it's all a bit of a struggle in terms of Manchester United midfielders, but you're welcome. Andre Santos. He's a good dude. Take care of him. Don't ruin him. Quietly rooting for him. He's going to have a solid season for you guys, and of course, put Tielemans next to him, and that's a good 2. Again, in the big Old Trafford pitch. Wait and see how that pair works out for United, but it's makings of a good midfield. But still, I think Manchester United, the lack of activity in the transfer window has to concern you guys. I mean, you've had 2 signings of the season, man. There's literally is a 50-50 chance of being your signing of your season. Well, Chelsea get robbed off the ball here, and it's 3v3. We're in real trouble. JD2 could add the second. I'm sure he's offside. Shahab was well offside in the end. A little too eager to get there first. Into the 40th minute. It's clearly offside by a couple of yards. Yeah, Santos is legit, man. He was Young Player of the Year in Liga when he was at Strasbourg. Had a decent start to Chelsea under Liam Rossinier. Here's Jackson. Here's Asugo. Jackson still on the deck. Kenda. Now Tosin finds Obiloye on the left-hand side. Oh, poor pass. Yeah, bring on the halftime whistle. Seen enough. Chelsea lacking a bit of rhythm in the forward areas. Delap trying to muscle his way. Tries to shield it. He does well. That's a pen, ref. That is a sure short penalty. Yeah, Medina's not going to get away with that one. Liam Delap wins Chelsea the penalty, and you're going to get very fortunate if you're going to draw a level. Look at Delap, the rat. He's taken the ball immediately. Well, he's good. The number 9, he needs to score goals. He's taken it away from Esteva. I'm sure Esteva was buzzing around for it, but since you won it, might as well take it. Yeah, that's a poor decision there. It's just a lumped up ball forward. This is Delap in his element. Well, Liam Delap wins the penalty, and Liam Delap is going to take it to score his first goal in pre-season, 3rd goal for Chelsea overall since joining the club from Ipswich Town for 30 million of the King's finest. Well, Sian in goal. With Chelsea looking for the equaliser, we needed a late first half goal against AC Milan. That was a João Pedro header. Oh, Liam Delap buries the pen. Chelsea are level. And it's a very, very good penalty, man. Keeper dives the wrong way. He smashes it in. And Chelsea are level before half-time. And that's a proper pen. And if the keeper guesses the right way, he's not stopping that. It was hit with some force. Buries it. And no reaction, man. It's pre-season game. Score or miss, it's good. But it's a smashing penalty, man. Fair play to him. He won it. He scored it. That's all you can ask for. The JDT should have had a second before Chelsea got the equalizer. I feel that's a missed opportunity, especially as I'm expecting much more of an improvement in the second half. Decent carry on the left-hand side. Cross comes in. Tosin clears. Just under 2.5 remaining in the first half. Liam Delap scoring his first goal of pre-season. Third goal for Chelsea overall. Very easy to remember all of Liam Delap's goals for Chelsea. Well, Manny, Harry Kane does the stutter run-up. No such problems for Liam Delap. Fluid motion, and he just smacked it in. It's got good ball striking, but we don't see that for Chelsea. I mean, we've just heard these mythical stories. Oh, what an effort! Shaman Low, full stretch dive. That was a shot on target. Well constructed here by the Malaysian outfit. Trying to just use the pace of the ball there. Mendes looking to just curl it towards the far corner. One touch to set it out. Good save in the end by grabbing onto it. There was Shaman Low. We talked about Estival, Gittins. Even Nico Jackson definitely should not be seeing the pitch for the start of the second half. Gittins does really well. He's been double teamed. That's a foul. It's such a cynical push. Unnecessary, really. Free kick for Chelsea. And Liam Delap getting into a scrap now. Well, JDT are not treating this like a friendly. They want to have a proper goal. Liam Delap is up for it. He picks up a yellow card. He's never far away from a fight. It's unnecessarily spicy friendly, this. Gittins clearly fouled. It was a needless foul, really. Matter should have just ended there, but for some reason it escalates. Uncle Tosin's there. Is Rafilov with the yellow card, and Delap picking one up for good measure. A goal and a yellow card. That makes sense. Added on time. Here in the first half, he pushed the ref. Jeez. I didn't see that happening. Would have been an inadvertent push, maybe. Added on time here in the first half. Estival to take this free kick. Chelsea scored late on in Jakarta. Joao Pedro getting a free header. Estival's delivery has to be good here. On the left-hand side, the Brazilian delivers. It's a decent floated-in ball here. And it's a shot by Watson. Sat up nicely. And he just goes for power over placement. Balloons it out to Rosed. Half a chance there for Chelsea to get an unlikely lead heading into the half-time break. Oh, that's a curious pass. JDT must be wondering, how the hell is this scoreline 1-1? Know that to give a needless pen away was pretty much the only way Chelsea were going to score in the first half. Again, like the first 10 minutes, but after that, very questionable stuff from Chelsea's reserve 11. The reserve 11 has quite a few potential starters, Nico Jackson being one of them. Gets dispossessed. Talking about Gittins, Kenda, Estival. Oh, Tosin with the drive. Oh, the crossbar. A decent strike there by the centre half. Be interesting to see whether or not Xabi Alonso started off the pre-season with the back four against Tottenham and Juventus. Of course, the game against Western Sydney as well. But in the game against AC Milan, back three again here today against JDT. Again, scoreline doesn't really matter. Performance against AC Milan, much better considering Chelsea's starters and serious players were there. But now the game against Real Sociedad, that's going to be very interesting because that's the last preseason game Okay, in terms of personnel, I expect that to be a bit of shuffle, but in terms of shape, now that's going to be very interesting. But because we have the likes of Marco Palestra in our team, who I expect him to start, it gives Chelsea the flexibility without making too many changes to the starting 11, if you know what I mean. Because Palestra can play right back, which he was primarily bought for. But yesterday he played left wing back and he looked pretty good out there. He's a proper athlete. He's got the physicals, he's got running ability, and he's a bit of a baller, man. I want to see him be a bit more tighter in defense. That certainly will improve because if he's going to be playing right back, especially, he's going to be up against some really good left wingers in the Premier League. It's a good turn there, but referee says play on. Jazuli strong. Nico Jackson with the outside of the boot. Pass is special. Delap! It's wide. Well, no surprise that Liam Delap ruins one of the best preseason assists you'll see. What a pass by Nico Jackson, man. There is no justice. Look at this. It's placed to perfection. All he has to do is bury that. He can chip it. He can find the corner. He scuffs it. Terrible. Nico Jackson ruined of a generational assist, man. And that was the last action of the first half. JDT could have been 2-0 up. Chelsea, having got the equalizer courtesy of Liam Delap pen after RF opened the scoring for JDT, could have taken the lead right towards the end. What a pass by Nico Jackson, man. Even on this bobbly surface, it was weighted to perfection for Liam Delap. And I don't even know what that finish was all about, but it's 1-1 at half time. And it's been a mildly entertaining game here in Malaysia, with Chelsea having back-to-back pre-season games. 3-0 against AC Milan, 1-1 at halftime here in Malaysia. So when we had the natural opportunity of becoming a striker, we all saw shat his pants, man. He just couldn't take it. The pressure, the heat. Again, yeah, he scored the pen. Pat on the back, but you don't really expect. Telling you, Satpaev in that situation, I don't want to gas up the youngster, but he buries it. And he doesn't just, scuff it, he buries it. Watch the goal against Western Sydney and tell me he doesn't put his foot through it. Well, Manny, I don't blame you for not watching the second half, but do enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I got another hour of this, and then I'll be heading out as well. It'll be interesting to see who Chelsea bring on in the second half. I mean, Mikhailo Mudryk is one, Dastan Satpaev. We might see Kavuma McQueen coming on that right-hand side. Gittins, Kenda, and Estovao. I think that should be enough from their point of view. They give us 45 minutes. I think even Nico Jackson can come off here. There's no need for him to continue, considering he played against AC Milan apart and then has played 45 minutes here. So Xabi Alonso doesn't have to make too many changes. 3 or 4 should be enough. And we should see the Asian leg of the preseason goodbye, as we will be entertaining Sociedad at Stamford Bridge next week. Well, thanks, boys, for tuning in. I really do appreciate it for you guys to taking out some of your valuable Sunday time and joining me on the stream. Next preseason game against Real Sociedad. And then once we're into the league games, it's going to be all day, everyday actions. Not just the Premier League, Champions League as well. And I have been pondering whether or not I'm going to be doing Real Madrid watchalongs for next season, with the special one returning back to Real Madrid with some unfinished business. The unfinished business being the Champions League. 3-time semi-finalists with them. And the worst part is Jose Mourinho lost the last semi-final against Dortmund. They were well and truly beaten because Lewandowski went absolutely nuclear. But the other two, there were just some heartbreaking losses for them, man. Especially the one against Bayern Munich, where Ronaldo, Kaká, and Sergio Ramos all missed their pens. I mean, Chelsea ended up playing Bayern Munich and we win the Champions League. Thanks very much for that. But who did the second one? Second one was against Barcelona, yeah? They were down to 10. Messi scores that magical goal with that legendary Sergio Busquets assist, where he just touches the ball, lets it go, and Messi does the rest. And the third one was, of course, against Dortmund. So, yeah, unfinished business with the Champions League. And with the signing of Jan Diamonde from Leipzig for 100 million euros and re signing Vinicius Jr. on a long term deal, Real Madrid are once again poised to go big. 2 years without any silverware. Florentino Perez's patience running thin. Zero, no more patience. He's like, no more of this coaching nonsense. Give me a manager, an old school manager who can manage my expensively assembled bunch of players who are not willing to give a rat's ass against for someone like Xabi Alonso. So in comes Jose Mourinho, and it'll be very, very interesting to see how that goes along. Anyways, 1-1 halftime score here. RF scoring for JDT. Liam Delap from the spot equalizing. Delap had the glorious opportunity right towards the end after Nico Jackson's outrageous through pass, but he just scuffed it wide. Halftime, 1-1. I'll be back for the second half, guys. But today's been a long ass day. Need a bit of a break. And a cup of coffee won't be the worst idea. Well, for those of you who don't know, my day job is I'm a commentator. I did a tournament that's happening in Brisbane. It was the Century Champions League club cricket that happens in Queensland. Company that I work for is moving operations there in Sydney, and it's been Sydney, Melbourne, and now Queensland. Pretty interesting tournament. So the sons of Ricky Ponting and Brendan McCullum there. Ben Cutting, former Aussie international, 38, 39 years of age, representing. Today was the final. Ended pretty quickly, thankfully. I can get back to having a normal sleep schedule before the start of the season, because once the season starts, there's going to be a lot of late nights again. Chelsea play Monday night football. That's going to be a midnight game. I think the start of the season is Friday night football. And of course, the weekend is going to take care of itself. So, anyways, I'll be back for the second half. Chelsea going to probably make a couple of changes. It's going to be interesting to see. Manny, do not disclose my location. See you for the second half. Well, we're a few minutes away from the start of the second half. Thank you all for staying tuned here to the Under the Sun as Chelsea's last leg in Asia will come to an end with the 45 minutes here. We played a 90-minute game against AC Milan in Jakarta yesterday. That ended in a 3-0 victory for Chelsea. Today, it's a sterner test with Chelsea's B team, the reserves, out there in the middle against one of Malaysia's top side. Chelsea having to come from behind after Arif opened the scoring on excellent counter-attack, with JDT exploiting Chelsea's high line. And from there, Arif applying the finishing touches in typical skipper fashion. And from there, Chelsea struggling to break open the lowish block of JDT. Nico Jackson dropping deep, trying to build out and open up the JDT defense with some balls over the top for Liam Delap. Delap eventually did get that penalty after his own work, trying to muscle his way across the defender hauling him down, and he buried his penalty and should have had his second after Nicholas Jackson released him with an outstanding through pass, through on goal, and he scuffed his effort wide. It'll be very interesting to see how many changes Xabi Alonso makes at half-time here. As I mentioned before, Esteval, Kenda, Gittins, and Nico Jackson. These are the four players that I do not want to see for more than 10 minutes in the second half. Ideally, they should be coming off at halftime. But if they're coming out for the second half, 15 minutes tops. Well, it's JDT that are making a few changes. Dastan Satpayev will be called back, I'm sure. He'll be ready to come on. Chelsea having to make just the one change during the first half. It was an injury for Aaron Anselmino, the left-sided centre-half. I think he might have just caught his studs on the turf and might have done a bit of damage, but he's come off. And in his place has been Ben Watson's son, the former Wigan player, Reggie Watson, 16-year-old, slotting in at right-sided centre-half with Subuloye shifting to the left-hand side. Gabriel Slolina is coming in as Chelsea keeper in the second half. Still no sign of Mike Penders. Shaman Lowe and Slolina as our two keepers. Certainly interesting. Maybe that changes for Sociedad, where Sanchez takes the first half and Penders the second. Jazuli continues as he should. He will be alongside Dario Sugo, Chelsea's stand-in skipper. But otherwise, Chelsea not making a change, which is slightly surprising by Xabi Alonso. Well, for those tuning in on this Sunday evening, thank you very, very much, guys. I really do appreciate you guys taking your valuable Sunday hours tuning in for the stream. It's an absolute pleasure. Well, we're back underway for the start of the second half. Chelsea trying to overturn the deficit and trying a quick start here. As I mentioned before, I'm surprised to see Gittins, Esteval, and Kenda all still out there, but Xabi Alonso wanting a proper workout from them to get ready. Here's Kenda. His attacking influence limited at right wing back. Of course, Jamie Gittins playing wing back for the first time on the left-hand side. Gabriel Slolina, our, I want to say, fourth choice keeper, considering he's possibly going to be going on loan, and Sharman Lowe, a possible third keeper, or could it even be Kurd, who's on the bench? Here's Dario Sugo, finding Tosin. Here's Subuloye. Now Gittins on the touchline. I want to see him try and get as close to the box as possible. Gittins doing really well. Slips it through here. It's Nicholas Jackson. Can he get a shot away? It's weak in the end and hacked clear by the JDT defense. And Jackson doing everything nicely there. Finding himself in that pocket of space in those half space areas. Not leading the line here for Chelsea. Here's Esteval Willian. Dario Sugo. Guys, I don't like to do too much of the self-promotion, but do the like, share, subscribe stuff that you're supposed to do. Oh, outstanding football, this from Chelsea. And Watson, of all people, nearly breaking his neck to get into the box, playing the 1-2. And Chelsea very nearly get the lead. If Watson brings that under control, And he gets a shot away. Chelsea possibly lead here in Malaysia. Gittins goes on the outside. Good defending. Very good defending there by their wing back. Here's Arif. Now into midfield. That's a good pass. Cut out by Subiloe. Arif now on the right-hand side. He could look to slip the pass through. He does. And Slolina should come out quickly off his line, which he does. And smothers the danger. A decent second half, but Chelsea leaving spaces there. Once again, no surprise that it's a run on the back of Tosin. With Chelsea playing with the back three and wing backs, we should be able to build out a lot better, even though JDT are matching our shape. Expecting the likes of Mikhailo Mudryk to come on in the second half. Dastan Satpayev being another. Kenda's pass is pretty poor. Nicked away in midfield. JDT trying to move it well, and they do. Good run past Jackson. Slips it through here. He's through on goal. 1v1, and it's an outstanding save. Slolina bails Chelsea out. It should have been 2-1 to the home side. Shahab, the number 7. He should have buried it. Chelsea getting carved open. Now coming from Kenda, losing his discipline with the pass. And next thing you know, Kenda's on the attack on the right-hand side. And Chelsea's inexperience very much on show here. And that was a top save by Gabriel Slolina. Just stood his ground and grabbed at it again. Tosin, Watson, they're all there, but it's a fortuitous touch that led to the chance. But still, I mean, he's got so much space. Tosin couldn't believe what he was seeing there. It's a clear run on the back of him as there's a free kick though for Chelsea. Estevao's delivery, it's overhit, it's well overhit. Estevao should be off our set pieces here. He's been well off it. Well, two glorious opportunities, 1v1. One for Chelsea right at the end of the first half for Liam Delap, and Shalab early in the second half should have scored to give it JDT the lead. Watson goes charging into the challenge from right side at centre half. Does vacate a bit of space, leaves Tosin in an uncomfortable situation, but thankfully Tosin sticks the leg out to win it. Oh my word, Gittins gets caught. We're in so much trouble. JDT could get the lead. Brilliant from Gittins. He bails us out. That's a foul by Jamie Gittins as well. Struggling in that wing-back position. He's doing a lot of defensive work, very little attacking. I think Xabi Alonso would have watched this game and said that maybe, just maybe, Jamie Gittins isn't an option at wing-back here. If you're finding it difficult against a Malaysian outfit in the Premier League, no chance. And he's a player that I'm going to be judging a little bit more harshly because I gave him a complete pass in the first season because I saw what the capability is there, man. The ball striking is elite. The dribbling is good. Yes, he picked up injuries right towards the end of the season as well. So, fresh start for him under Xabi Alonso. But if he's going to be playing wing back, no chance really. There's a better chance thriving in that winger role there. Ball nearly sleeking through. But on that left-hand side, Chelsea have a lot of competition. So Jamie Gittins, with Chelsea playing one game a week. Oh, Delap loses out. Jackson should foul him here. Decides against it. Scoop pass onto the left-hand side. Arif with a lovely first touch. The skipper has been balling out, but Reggie Watson does well. Finds Kenda. Back to Watson. Tosin really under pressure. Watson just hammers it forward. With JDT putting Chelsea under relentless pressure. I thought in the second half the physicality of Chelsea would be far too overwhelming for the Malaysian outfit. They're popping the ball around with ease. Kenda, lovely dummy. That should be a foul and a yellow card. Well, that's one thing that JDT have done that Chelsea haven't, the cynical fouls. A nice nutmeg there by the Portuguese winger slash wingback. Well, Kenda at wingback is more suited because has played that for his former club, Sporting Lisbon. But Gittins in that position, we are asking a lot out of him. Good work to try and press forward. I mean, as a wing-back, the kind of shifts you have to put in is physically very demanding. I'm sure Xabi Alonso has no plans in terms of having Gittins long-term as a wing-back. We got Barco there, we got Palestra who can play left wing-back. And even if we have to play a winger at wing-back, Giovanni Kenda at the left-hand side, more suited. Liam Delap peels his run. First touch is decent, but he's been crowded out. Chelsea leaving their striker completely isolated there. On that occasion, a bit of sympathy for Liam Delap. Here's a Sugo. Now Watson looking to play the 1-2. Estevao trying to burst forward. Lovely feed by the Brazilian. Here's Estevao Willian on the central areas. Estevao still has the ball. Needs to look to release. Here's Estevao. Finds Subeloye. Onto the left-hand side to Jamie Gittins. Gittins fouled. The JDT have done a lot of that. A lot of fouls to stop Chelsea's momentum. Yep, a cynical one. Push on the back of Jamie Giddens. Free kick that Chelsea have taken quickly. Scoop pass by Nico Jackson. It's a lovely first touch by Estevao. Ref, pen. He waves it away. Estevao has a slight nibble once he's on the ground. There's no VAR. And Estevao picks up a yellow card for lashing out. Unnecessary really from Estevao, but you can understand why he was frustrated. He felt that he was a genuine claim for a foul. Chelsea already have gotten assistance once from the referee after Liam Delap was clearly fouled. Again, it's Jackson with the ball over the top. Now that challenge, does he get any of the ball here first? Oh, that's a pen, man. There's no connection on the ball. Estevao was just trying to protect it. He's made clear connection. Maybe not enough in terms of the force of the challenge, but from that angle, it didn't look like he got any of the ball, and he gets Estevao first. Anyway, play continues. Isugo in midfield. It's just going to have to be one of those performances where you're just going to say, good cardio session. Oh, but he wins the ball back in midfield. And now Jackson can have a run, but he's by his lonesome. Ref, that's a foul! Oh, he's going to give that foul by Nico Jackson on him instead. Come on. It's to the back of him. It's wrong side. Surely that's a foul. I mean, I don't think Jackson is complaining too much. That's a foul, dude. Like, what am I missing? The ref is letting a lot go. Watson in the best position possible as he intercepts that cross into the box. 10 minutes into the second half, JDT, who could have had a second as Shadab had a chance. Oh, they've broken the Chelsea trap again here. Cutback. Oh, flashed across the face of goal. Chelsea fortunate. Very, very fortunate. It's a mystery how Chelsea have not conceded the second in the second half here. Kenda's pass to Delap is asking way too much. Chelsea have had no control in this match, and that's been the biggest problem. Nicole Jazuli and Dario Sugo in midfield with the two number 10s. No control whatsoever. Even in defense, it feels very rushed. Subuloy, Reggie Watson and Tosin. Could be a foul there. Referee's waving play on there. That's definitely a foul, ref. Good protection of the ball there by the youngster as the JDT skipper to the back of Subuloy. Xabi Alonso is in a t-shirt and shorts, and the JDT manager is in a casual suit. Shows you the level of importance both managers are placing this game at. Alonso's in shorts, dude. It might be warm, but at least track pants. Show you're serious. I'm sure this game would have pissed him off, man, in terms of the timing. I mean, whoever scheduled that, I'm sure it's the Chelsea ups, the higher ups. One of the games certainly was planned ahead and then we couldn't shift it. But to play AC Milan yesterday and then to travel to Malaysia to have this friendly, Not even a day in between. Literally 24 hours between kickoff timings. It's a bit irresponsible. Even though Chelsea are not using any of the heavy hitters, Kenda's clearance is a sliced one. Watson assuredly just puts it out of touch. Well, I'm sure the changes need to be made now. McQueen coming on will certainly improve our right-hand side. Chelsea need to probably move on from the back three or maybe go with the back four. Mudryk on the left, McQueen on the right. Satpayev. Could he be the number 10 with Jackson leading the line, or even Jackson in the number 10? Jackson needs to come off, so maybe even Satpayev in the number 10 is fine for Liam Delap. Looks like Delap is going to play the 90 minutes here because you don't want to see him against Sociedad or Fulham. Romeo Lavia played 90 minutes for the first time in 3 years for Chelsea. Although it was a pre-season game, it's going to be a fun trivia question. It's asked one day, who did Romeo Lavia complete his first 90 minutes against? Ruben Amorim's AC Milan, the answer. Lovely touch around the corner on the right-hand side. JDT have been the more threatening side in the second 45 minutes, that's for sure. Chelsea have barely threatened their keeper, while Slolina had to make an outstanding 1v1 save. Chelsea looking a bit leggy. You can see Xabi Alonso asking for a bit of calm in possession. Here's Watson. Zuli. Nico Jackson. Fine Subuloye. Approaching the hour mark here in Malaysia. I'm sure some of the players are already thinking about Sociedad. Jackson playing the 1-2. Keeps the ball lovely. Oh, that's a terrible strike by Liam Delap, man. That's closer to the corner flag than it's on target. What is this? What are we watching? And Jackson does really well to keep the ball here. Should be looking to play the 1-2 and slip it through. And Jackson has every right to ask him the question, and in return he puts in a finish like that. Terrible. Here's Kenda. Now Jackson. Gittins isolating. Can he get his shot away? Gittins chops on his right foot. Oh, he has to make a decision. Chelsea are going to get another penalty though. Well, it's more bought than earned. Jamie Gittins, he should have shot. Decides to protect the ball. There's a needless challenge through his back. And Chelsea get another penalty here in Malaysia. But this one is a bit undeserved in terms of how Chelsea, if they do manage to turn it around, because JDT in the second half have been the better side. Let's have a look here. Gittins delays. He just lunges in. It's so unnecessary. I mean, it's a clear pen. I mean, there are a couple of legs dangling out. I don't think there was any enough in terms of the contact, but you can see the reaction from the player who committed the foul. There was not much of a protest, which is generally a telltale sign. It was a needless challenge, and Chelsea have an opportunity with another penalty. Delap took the first one. Is he generous enough to probably give it to Esteval? As a centre forward, I think he's going to be selfish enough to claim the penalty. Well, it's a protest in a pre-season friendly, which will not go too far. Chelsea have the opportunity from the spot to double the lead. Siam in goal had no chance with Liam Delap's first penalty. He was struck with real venom. Gittins explaining as to why he thought that was a pen. He was just protecting the ball and he was almost just baiting the challenge. And once the foot is dangled out, any sort of contact in the box, and as a winger, you have every right to pretty much throw yourself in. As I said before, it was more bought than earned. But Chelsea from 12 yards out can turn this game around with 2 spot kicks. It's Liam Delap, same side, same result, 2-1 to Chelsea. It's another conviction-filled penalty from Chelsea's number 9. His second pre-season goal arrives in Malaysia, and the JDT manager, hands on hips. He cannot believe how Chelsea have turned this around, and neither can I. It's a good pen. Goes the same way as he did before. This time along the ground. Enough conviction. Good strike from Liam Delap for the pen. And now, just maybe, we might see some changes by Xabi Alonso. It looks like he's interested in giving 90 minutes to the likes of Kenda and Esteval, just like he did with Romeo Lavia, gave João Pedro, Cole Palmer, and Moises Caicedo about 80 to 85 minutes, if my memory serves me right. Sugo does well in midfield. Now that Chelsea have the lead, do we see a different bit of play, or because the second half has not been convincing whatsoever? I thought in the second half Chelsea's physicality would be a lot for JDT. That's a rash challenge by Sugo by the looks of it. Sugo's convinced he got the ball. I think I want to agree with that, because it looked like he got the top of the ball before making contact with the JDT player. Let's have a look here. Watson putting in a risky pass. Oh no, that's a foul. That is definitely a foul. Bad challenge there by Dario Sugo. Getting put under pressure by that Reggie Watson pass. Free kick for JDT. Arribas might be taking this one, but difficult angle. About 19-20 yards from goal. On that left-hand side, he's got pretty much that postage stamp to try and aim for, but if he's going to try and curl that towards the far corner, he's going to have to go along the ground or one bounce. Slolina already called into action early on in the second half, making that excellent 1v1 save. Now need to be called into action once again with this free kick. I'm sure RF will be taking it. Liam Delap still having a fight. Referee quickly in here. The referee thought that he's going to have a comfy game to ref. It's been pretty hectic. Arribas, who won the free kick, will take it. And it's 20 yards out. Can't be putting too much power in. Make it about 21, 22 even. Just looks to lift this over the wall. He tries a deflection and ends into the back of the net. Well, a chunk of fortune there for JDT, but we cannot say they don't deserve it. And it's 2-2 here in Malaysia. Wicked deflection, completely wrong foots Gabriel Slolina. And there have been 4 goals in Chelsea's last preseason game in Asia. And like I said before, JDT deserved the second goal. They get it with a touch of fortune, but fair play to them. Well, Dario Sugo's free foul in the build-up to it was needless. And this took a wicked deflection, I think, of Nico Jazuli. Nope, off Liam Delap. Off his shoulder. I thought it was Nicole Jazuli, but clearly off Liam Delap's shoulder, and he's had an impact at both ends now. 2 pens scored and 1 effort deflected off his shoulder. JDT deserve it. And now let's see what Chelsea are all about with 25 minutes remaining here in Malaysia. Oscar Ribas will be credited with that goal. But still no changes for Chelsea. Watson remains the only one. Xabi Alonso hell-bent in giving some of the Chelsea's fringe players a proper workout here. Again, Dastan Satpayev, Kavuma McQueen, Mikhailo Mudryk are 3 players that I'm expecting to see in the last 15 minutes at least. Then we might see the likes of Reggie Walsh maybe introduced in that number 10 position. Chelsea do have options, despite not having any of the heavy hitters on the bench. No João Pedro, no Moises Caicedo, Cole Palmer. That stayed in play. It has. Why have Chelsea stopped here? On the left-hand side, cross comes into the box. So below it clears on the volley. Not the connection that he was hoping for. That's a foul on Nicole Jazuli. Surely, ref waves play on. And it slipped through here. And thankfully, Dario Sugo makes the interception. Well, the ref is letting a lot of the challenges go. This time, Liam Delap gets cleaned out by the challenge. Giovanni Kenda ready to throw some hands. Well, this preseason friendly is escalated on numerous occasions. Tosin wants a fight. We're possibly going to get one here. It's not the first time these two sets of players are squaring up here. And it's the two coaching staffs as well having a go. Woo! There's more than a bit of spice here in Malaysia. Oh, Nico Jackson has... he's incited something. The referee's got his yellow card out. Hopefully no red cards here. Jackson's picking up one by the looks of it for a bit of instigation. That should have just been a foul and a free kick and a yellow card for the JDT player. But from there, things just escalated. It's a bad challenge, mind you. And this was the foul on... oh, there was a really bad foul on Delap. Antonio Glauder, the only one picking up a yellow card, and rightfully so. Inciting a bit of a argy-bargy there. 22 minutes remain here in Malaysia. 2-2 the scoreline. Chelsea needing 2 penalties to beat the Malaysian side. It looked like they were going to beat them, but the equalizer for JDT did come in fortuitous fashion after Arribas' free kick took a healthy deflection of the lap. Here's Tosin. Decent pass. Delap trying to push through here. Nearly smuggles it through to Esteval. JDT have enough players back defending there. Well, Chelsea need to score a goal in open play, man. Bare minimum. Come on. I mean, I get it. It's a much changed side, but just in terms of a bit of professional pride. Here's Kenda. Weak ball in. Kenda's looking like he's running on fumes. Certainly a player that needs to come off, but he's won the ball and now looks electrifying. But as Esteval was taking the ball off his toes, Esteval, clever pass, Gittins on the left-hand side, reverse pass to Nico Jackson. Nico Jackson with the cutback. Oh, it evades everybody. Sugo, it's just wide. Takes a deflection. Dario Sugo scored against Western Sydney for the equalizer just before the half-time whistle. This time Chelsea constructed really well. Nico Jackson looked like he might have run that out of play. Sugo on the volley via deflection wins Chelsea a corner. Oh, that was on target. I think Medina was there to try and cut that out, but better from Chelsea. Oh, chance at the far stick, another corner. Better delivery. I think Reggie Watson, yes it was. Getting a bit of a flick on there. Last touch coming off the JDT player. Chelsea looking to up the tempo here. Step it up. Estebal's wicked delivery. It was Reggie Watson who was contending it. Another corner for Chelsea. Estebal's corners have been less than impressive. He has not cleared the first man on both occasions that he took the corner in the first half. Something needs to change on that department. Just clear the first man, Esteval. He doesn't. Instead, he drills it towards the first man. And Chelsea waste yet another set piece. Okay, Esteval Willian. We tried it in pre-season where he's on top of the set pieces, but I don't think he's got that kind of ball striking in him. I think Reggie Watson should be taking our corners. He's got proper ball striking about him. We saw his corners in that first game against Western Sydney. Under 20 minutes remaining. Chelsea looking to score an open play goal, or just score a goal to escape out of Malaysia with a win here. Kenda, full pace, gets the corner. He wants a foul. He's not going to get it. Neither is going to get a corner. I think that was Kenda's last action. He's pretty much running on fumes. He ran full clip on that side. Good turn on the right-hand side. Tosin comes across and finds Gabriel Slolina. And Xabi Alonso in no mood to coddle these players. He wants them conditioned and ready. 70 minutes. I thought 45 minutes is when he was going to make the changes. 60 was my second guess. Both have been horribly wrong. Referee taking a tumble there once he was backpedaling. Chelsea with the ball at their feet. It's not been wave after wave of attacks that we were not expecting or hoping, but should have been the case at some point, but it really hasn't. It's been scattered attacks from Chelsea at best. The goalkeeper has barely been tested. I don't think Chelsea have had a meaningful shot in the second half. Here's Watson on the right-hand side. He could cross it. He does. And Chelsea just with two players in the box. Jazuli tries to pinch it. Here's Gittins finding himself further up the pitch. Gittins with the effort. Straight at the keeper. It's just punted forward. What a clearance that turns out to be. It turns into a nearly world-class pass. Arif nearly plucks it out of the thin sky. Lovely play. The JDT probably running on fumes themselves despite their coach making a few changes at half-time and during the second half. Nice line breaker there by Tosin. Delap finds Jamie Gittins on the left-hand side. Here's Gittins. More of a positive second half. Jackson, great feet. Finds Gittins again. Onto the left-hand side. Estevao. Oh, he's too casual with the pass. Needs to be a lot more conviction-filled with the pass. He needs to punch that to Nico Jackson, who made the run on the overlap. Arribas with the challenge. Man who got the equalizer, courtesy of the Liam Delap deflection. Well, JDT took the lead and needed an equalizer for the last 15 minutes to have a bit of spice attached to it. Both sets of players have had a go at each other. A couple of yellow cards for dissent and rough play. Lovely turn by Gittins again. Drops the shoulder but can't keep the ball under control. Gittins has played further up the field and you can see the impact that he's had rather than those wing-back shifts. And it's a ball that cuts Chelsea through the centre. And thankfully, Gabriel Solina showcases his sweeper-keeper abilities because Chelsea were carved open there. Right through the middle too. That's a foul by Kenda, but referee waves play on. Did look like a foul by Giovanni Kenda, but can understand why. Again, how do JDT just open us up, man, through the center? Tosin again, he's nowhere near there. He cannot cope in terms of the pace. Any sort of run made past him and he's exposed. And there's no protection on either side of him. So Chelsea playing a very naive game here. I think that should be the end of Giovanni Kenda with 75 minutes on the clock. He's put in a good shift. Kenda just leaving one in terms of a challenge. He's seen his teammates suffer a few and he decides to put one in. It's a clear foul and I think he's fortunate to avoid a yellow card with that foul on Silva. No, Xabi Alonso not making changes, just utilizing the hydration break with 15 minutes remaining. Here in Malaysia, Chelsea's final leg of pre-season action in Asia. It started off in Sydney at the Accor Stadium, the Western Sydney Wanderers, where Chelsea ended up winning 6-4 at the end. Defensively, we're not going to talk about that game, but it was all about João Pedro in that game where he scored a 9-minute hat-trick, got a hat-trick and an assist for that. Then the game against Spurs in the same stadium. Spurs took the lead courtesy of a Sandro Tonali deflected effort. Chelsea equalized courtesy of a Estevao close-range header. And right towards the end, with Spurs down to 10 for most of the second half after Kevin Danso picked up a straight red card with a foul on João Pedro, Richarlison tapped home from close range, which gave De Zerbi the win over Alonso. And in the next game against Spalletti's Juventus, Chelsea drawing a blank, with Juventus scoring an absolute firecracker. Edin Zagova finding the top corner on that occasion. But Chelsea's first impressive pre-season win came yesterday in Jakarta against Ruben Amorim's AC Milan. 2 goals from corners and Pedro Neto setting one up for João Pedro. Pedro with a brace and Moises Caicedo from the corner on the volley, giving Chelsea a 3-0 victory. And today against JDT, with Chelsea's second string squad, it's been less than impressive. It's been a forgetful day. As long as Chelsea players, I want to say, avoid injuries. We saw Aaron Alson Mino probably do a bit of damage. It's humid conditions here in Malaysia, certainly draining for the players. The back end of pre-season, we're expected to be ready to go after a long break. Could be, you can understand why Chelsea needing one more pre-season game. And Xabi Alonso's ex-club, Real Sociedad, the visitors at the bridge next week. Well, Chelsea's next pre-season game is in 6 days' time. 5:30 p.m. India time, Chelsea host Real Sociedad in the final pre-season game before our Monday night kickoff to start the Premier League against Fulham. The two ex-Real Madrid managers, Alvaro Arbeloa and Xabi Alonso, meet for game week 1, both for their new clubs, both in West London, and both managed Real Madrid last season. Crazy coincidence, isn't it? I mean, the Fulham ground and Chelsea's ground is literally 5 minutes away. Having Madrid managed in sunny Madrid, different conditions in London. Well, 12 minutes to go. Chelsea yet to make a change in the second half. Still the same players out there, and nobody really warming up on the sidelines either. No Dastan Satpayev. I think his loan is pretty much being finalized. They don't want him to pick up any sort of injury, making sure that he's on the plane and safe and sound. One pre-season goal for Dastan Satpayev, which was a very memorable finish against Western Sydney. Another ball over the top. Subuloye caught. Slolina, he came, he hesitated, and he gets chipped. Thankfully, it was well off target. Well, JDT in the second half have been the better side. I want to say no shame in admitting it, but a bit of shame. Chelsea expected to do a lot better against Malaysian First Division side. Here's Jackson. Finds Tosin. There are a lot of positives about Chelsea's back three against AC Milan. And there's been a lot of negatives here today against JDT. Yes, different players. Clever pass there by Kenda. Delap. Shut down immediately. Yeah, as I said, Chelsea were a lot more quote-unquote full strength against AC Milan. But you want to see the system being fluid, even though there are a lot of changes being made. Players here has almost been square pegs and round holes. I mean, got Subuloye playing left side at centre half, Reggie Watson playing right centre half, got Gittins playing left wing back. That's quite a lot of players out of position already. Then you've got Nico Jackson playing in that inside channel, left-hand side, number 10. 4 out of your 11 players playing out of position is less than ideal, but still, Chelsea have enough quality on the pitch to beat JDT here. The only reason we have scored 2 is because we've been pretty fortunate in getting 2 penalties. In open play, Chelsea have not impressed in this match here. There's the stand-in skipper, Isugo. Finds Watson, fires that towards Esteval, plays the 1-2. Watson tried to just punch that pass forward. And now JDT on the counter-attack. Here's Arif. Decent pass, plays the 1-2, gets it back. Reggie Watson and Esteval trying to put Arif under pressure. He does really well, the skipper, to keep hold of the ball. Esteval with a foul on the JDT captain. It's more changes, and it's not Chelsea changes. It's going to be 90 minutes by the looks of it for the players out here today. I think Anselmino, I'm sure, would have been penciled in for 90 as well, but because of his injury, it's Reggie Watson who gets just about an hour here. But other than that, no changes is certainly interesting. No Reggie Walsh, no Mikhailo Mudryk, no Kavuma McQueen, and no Dastan Satpayev. Carlos Ocampo is coming on for JDT after a good shift by his teammate, Eddie Israfilov. Well, the second half, Manny, forgetful to say the very least. JDT equalized courtesy of a deflection after Chelsea took the lead. It was another Liam Delap penalty. It was undeserved considering JDT had a couple of glorious opportunities. Lolina had to make a 1v1 save early on in the second half. Forgetful effort, but it's more of a cardio session and it's a fitness related exercise this for Chelsea more than anything. Because if this was a game of significance, there would have been a lot of players hooked and a lot introduced. But Xabi Alonso clearly wants his fringe players to be ready when called up for action. Still trying to get that match fitness, that sharpness. Oh, you want me to say JDT's name? Shouldn't it be YDT money for the way that it's pronounced? Johor Darul Ta'zim? That's the best I can do, and I'm not going to do anything more. The lap on a hat-trick of penalties. Yes, I agree. You see the shot that Nico Jackson set him up with outside the box. It was closer to the corner flag than it was to goal. Yeah, Jackson could never. Jackson doesn't have the best of ball striking from the spot. I don't think I've ever seen Jackson take a pen. Saw Liam Delap take a penalty in pre-season last season. I think it was against Leverkusen, I want to say. Probably not, but 7 minutes to go. Jackson Delap Tosin. Thanks for bailing me out there, Monish. I was struggling to say the Malaysian team's name. Well, Jackson should not be in that conversation though, Monish. Monish, we got to take Jackson out of there. Okay, it's going to be interesting. I'm getting 90 minutes. Could be a sign that Chelsea might keep him, but nobody's going to take Liam Delap, especially at this stage of the transfer window. Someone like Coventry might benefit, but even Frank Lampard would probably say no to him. Chelsea can certainly help out Coventry with a couple of loan players, but if you expect development from him, I'm not really sure Frank Lampard could be the guy. Not because he doesn't care about Chelsea players. He doesn't have a reason to actually care, but he's going to be more focused about winning games rather than try and develop some of the Chelsea youngsters. Couldn't think of Jay quickly. Who else do we have? Not going to put Nicole Jazuli in there as well. I like him. Good player. Do we have any other J's in our side? It's 5.5 minutes remaining. Well, the full-time whistle would be nice. Chelsea escaped Malaysia with just the one injury to Aaron Anselmino. Nico Jackson with a thumbs up saying that he's okay to continue. Still no sign of Levi Colwill, Monish. I'm stressed. Hopefully we see him at the bridge. Him and Maxence Lacroix needs to have at least 45 minutes together before they can start a Premier League game. That would be ideal. Then, of course, Morgan Rogers might get a few minutes against Sociedad as well. So, Chelsea's forward thrust against Sociedad should be a lot better. Joao Pedro, Cole Palmer, Estevao. I don't think Estevao may play, but because it's 6 days away, he could. But add Morgan Rogers to it. Chelsea could be cooking. And I think because Chelsea have gone with the back three in back-to-back games, it's very much possible that we might see the back three against Sociedad as well, with Cole Palmer and Morgan Rogers as the two inside number 10s. Cole will be back. I'm sure it's a cautionary move to not have him, says Monish. Yeah, I'm sure we sent him straight back to Cobham. Oh, JDT have a chance here, and they do have the winner by the looks of it. He finds the bottom corner, and it looks like Chelsea's Asia leg will end with a loss in Malaysia. What a strike, and look what it means to the home side. It's a brilliant finish into the bottom corner. Chelsea backing off. Reggie Watson at the scene of the crime by the looks of it. It was a good strike, and I cannot say that JDT do not deserve to beat Chelsea here today. Well, it's an emotional moment and a fantastic finish right into the bottom corner. It breaks kindly here. Sugo is on last legs. Nobody really closing him down. Subalayo or Tosin getting nowhere near him. Slolina gets a hand to it, but there's enough venom on the shot. And JDT have turned it around in the second half. They were 2-1 down after Liam Delap's second penalty. And a deflected goal and a proper one this time, giving JDT the turnaround and the third. Well, we're going to put some respect on the Malaysian side's name as Bergson de Silva scoring in the 86th minute. Lolina got fingertips. Sad, says Monish. Yeah, it is what it is. But clearly, a cardio activity in terms of football, it's been it's another game that we're not going to really speak about. I'm not sure which is worse, conceding 4 against Western Sydney or conceding 3 against JDT. Mikhailo Mudryk has come on. He's going to get 2.5 minutes of pity minutes, and so will Dastan Satpayev. Champions of Malaysia. We will not be singing that this season, that's for sure, Gautam. But it's a shame that Gittins and Jackson coming off here with Mikhailo Mudryk from Ukraine and Dastan Satpayev from Kazakhstan. Chelsea trailblazing with players from quote-unquote smaller nations. Bringing on Satpayev now is a bit of a piss take by Xabi Alonso. Satpayev getting involved immediately. Here's Mikhailo Mudryk. Cross comes into the box. So it's a decent ball in, and Chelsea do get the equalizer. It is fortuitous. It might have taken a deflection of Estevao. The last touch might have come off Reggie Watson, but what a ball that was from Mikhailo Mudryk. Immediate impact since coming on. His first assist in pre-season, and he's got a wry smile on his face. Good ball in here by Misha. Oh, it's an own goal there. The touch of Liam Delap. Oh, it's as unlucky as Chelsea's second goal. It was definitely off target, or certainly not going to threaten the goalkeeper. But it's a wicked deflection. And it looks like Chelsea might escape Malaysia without a defeat. And it looks like we're going to pens, guys. Here's Satpayev. Chelsea could win it here with the last attack. Here's Dario Asugo. Slip it through Asugo. Oh, he's fouled. Oh, the referee waving play on. He's let a lot of those go. Because it's a pre-season friendly, we're going to kind of forgive him for that. But he's let a lot of those challenges slide for the home side. Final 30 seconds remain. A 6-goal thriller. Here's Nicole Jazuli. Might be heading to pens. Here's Mudryk, once again trying to open up the defense. Estevao making the last man run. It looks like we're at least going to get pens at this stage. Might as well take it. Decent turn here. Good feet. Asugo strong in the challenge. And he keeps the ball under duress. He rides a couple of challenges to find Giovanni Kenda. Kenda, that's a poor pass, man. Antonio Glauder credited with the own goal. Brilliant by Arif. He breezes past Watson. Arif tries to lift that over. Oh, JDT could have very easily scored the fourth in stoppage time. It was an own goal, Monish. Good from Asugo. Well, for the most part of the game, from Asugo's point of view, I've felt very short-changed with his performance on the whole in terms of the control and some of the fundamentals missing. But in the second half, his physicality has certainly showed. Giovanni Kenda playing on last legs here. He's certainly gassed. Corbin Ong. It's an interesting hairstyle. What do you call that? The top bun? Sorry, I'm not very well versed in the fashion department. Interesting hairstyle for a professional footballer, though. Yeah, Sugo was good for that move, that's for sure. In the whole game, I'm not going to be giving props because I have high expectations of him, but he's clearly not ready to lead the midfield. Again, alongside Caicedo, I expect him to really grow, but to be the senior midfielder, quote-unquote senior midfielder, especially when he's got 16-year-old Nicole Jazuli next to him. It's been a disappointing game from him. Chelsea trying to prevent pens. Going to need another opportunity. Chelsea do end up scoring from open play, and it turns out to be an own goal. So 2 pens and an own goal to score 3 past JDT. Watson with a cynical foul. Could have very easily picked up a yellow card for it, but because the referee has let so much slide, he lets one go for us. Well, the JDT skipper Arif has been top, man. He has been excellent. Really, really good performance. And Watson does end up picking a yellow card. No preseason favors from the ref there. Just over 90 seconds remain. Are we going to get pens, or are they just going to call it as a draw? I'm sure there's a Malaysian trophy on the line, so might be pens that's needed to separate the two sides. Unless Chelsea have something up their sleeve with the final attack. Here's Watson. Crosses into the box. Oh, it's a decent ball in. Neither Satpayev nor Liam Delap making the run. Delap clearly gassed by the looks of it. This JTT manager can register a victory over Chelsea here. Final minute of stoppage time. I want to say this is an entertaining game for neutrals, but I don't think any neutrals watching this one. So, as a Chelsea fan, it's been more of a head scratcher. Jazuli with a good pass. Isugo clips it over the top. He overhits it as Satpayev makes the run but can't get towards it. Last time Satpayev has had a couple of involvements, but nothing really in front of goal. Oh, he puts the pressure. The keeper is ice cold. Oof. That was hectic stuff. Penalties are there. So Sian and Gabriel Slolina will be facing 5 penalties each at least. That might be the last action of the game. Bergson de Silva, who scored the third for JDT, thought that he gave his side a winner, but literally the very next attack, Mikhailo Mudrik's first involvement, turning into an assist. A ball into the box for Liam Delap. It took a wicked deflection, completely wrong-footing the goalkeeper. And after full time, 94 minutes, it ends 3-3 as Chelsea's Asia leg of pre-season comes to an end. Well, 3 scored against AC Milan, 2 from set pieces, 3 scored here today, 2 from penalties, and 1 an own goal. Not ideal in terms of preparation, but a good 90 minutes for most of these players, the likes of Estevao, Giovanni, Kenda, Gittins. And Gittins not really 90, but was pulled off right towards the end. Sugo getting 90 minutes is a big thing. Nicole Jazuli trusted with 90 minutes. So Chelsea do end up at 3-3. Is it full time or is it pens, Manny? Munish, rather. Tell me. Otherwise, I can stop the stream and carry on with my Sunday. The players are looking like they're exchanging jerseys. It is full time. It is 3-3. Chelsea and Johor Darul Ta'zim exchanging 6 goals after Arif gave JTT the lead in the 24th minute. Delap with 2 penalties. Arribas getting a deflection. Chelsea needing an equalizer after Burgos de Silva's fine effort into the bottom corner gave JDT that momentary lead. But Slolina did make an outstanding save in the first half. Mikhailo Mudrik makes his mark in pre-season. It's a feel-good assist, isn't it, for Mikhailo Mudrik? I mean, technically it's not an assist because it hit Liam Delap, then deflected off a goal, but it was because of Mikhailo Mudrik that the goal did happen for Chelsea. So we're going to take that. We're leaving here with something. It is full time here in Malaysia. Chelsea's pre-season in Sydney and in Asia come to an end. It's 2 losses. 2 losses, 2 victories, and 1 draw. That's as level as it gets. The 2 victories coming against Western Sydney and Ruben Amorim's AC Milan. The 2 losses against Spurs and Juventus. And the draw against the Malaysian side JDT. They scored some legit goals, to be fair. The first one was top. They carved Chelsea open. And Arif at the fast take applying the finishing touches. Chelsea really did struggle from open play throughout the best part of 90 minutes. Very little service. The first 10 minutes, I thought Chelsea played some decent stuff, but from there, I thought Chelsea had a very forgetful game. Xabi Alonso will be happy that most of his players come out of this match unscathed. 90 valuable minutes in the legs of the likes of Giovanni Kenda, Estevao, Dario Sugo, and Jamie Gittins. Not sure what the plan is with Nico Jackson once Chelsea fly back to Cobham, but it looks like he might be on his way out to Aston Villa. Chelsea will be prudent to be giving Liam Delap the other way and keeping Nico Jackson as a second striker, because what we have seen in pre-season, which has slightly concerned me, is neither Joao Pedro nor Nico Jackson have actually played centre forward, because the couple of games that Danny Welbeck started, it was JP, Joao Pedro, that is in the number 10, and today we saw Nico Jackson on the left side as a number 10, so it would be nice to see Joao Pedro or Nico Jackson as a number 9 against Real Sociedad. I mean, that has to be the case. Surely Xabi Alonso has experimented with his strikers in midfield, but we need to get JP in the box with Cole Palmer, Morgan Rogers, Estevao all around him. Chelsea have the weapons. Chelsea have the tools, and it's imperative that we use it going forward. Defense has been concerning. We've conceded 4 against Western Sydney. Yes, we had a lot of academy players on that occasion. It was Xabi Alonso's first pre-season game. Conceded 2 against 10-man Spurs. Okay, there was a cracking goal by Juventus' Edin Zagova to beat Chelsea against Juventus. Today, the defending, again, very, very forgetful. We had Subuloye, Anselmino, and Tosin starting, but with Anselmino's injury, it was Reggie Watson, the midfielder, slotting in at right side at centre half, and it didn't really work either. Well, the last 10 minutes, Manny, you certainly did miss it. De Silva gave JDT what looked like the winner. It was a cracking finish, found the bottom corner expertly, and it looked like the Malaysian side were going to get a famous win in pre-season over Chelsea, but the very next attack after Xabi Alonso took Jamie Gittins off for Mikhailo Mudryk, Mudryk puts the ball into the box. Delap gets a header on it. It deflects cruelly off the JDT defender, completely wrong footing the goalkeeper to nestle into the back of the net to save Chelsea's blushes. So Chelsea do end up pre-season not beaten in the last 2 games, and that's something that we can take from the Asia leg. Well, that's it from pre-season in Sydney and in Asia. Next time we see Chelsea, will be back at the Bridge as Chelsea entertain Xabi Alonso's former club as a player. Real Sociedad travel to the Bridge on the 15th of August, 5:30 p.m. India time, and we certainly will be live for it, as we're possibly going to see the likes of Maxence Lacroix and Morgan Rogers in action for the first time in Chelsea colours at the Bridge. Well, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to yet another successful live watch-along. It's been an absolute pleasure doing it, and it really does make the game a whole lot more exciting to watch. Pre-season wouldn't have been the same without you guys. I thank you so much for tuning in to the last 4 pre-season games. Do tune in for the game against Sociedad, and from there, we'll be into the business end of the season. Chelsea traveling to Craven Cottage. Xabi Alonso against Alvaro Arbeloa. Chelsea traveling to Fulham. Thank you so much, guys. This is me, Suraj, signing off, and I'll be back on the 15th of August.